What is going on, guys? Rango Manga 12 and we are back finally with Flashpoint issue 3. Now, in the previous issue we saw Barry pretty much burn himself alive and possibly be dead. Now we're going to find out how that all turned out in this issue. I know it's been a while, but we're finally back with this issue. So without further ado, guys, I'm sure you're all eager, so let's jump into it. So the issue picks up with Cyborg talking to the president, and he's pretty much relieving Cyborg of his duty because in this universe, Cyborg is working for the government and he's the only superhero that the president trusts. But since he can't get Batman or anyone like that to join the team to go and fight Wonder Woman and Aquaman, well, he's just going to have to leave it to the president. So Cyborg has been relieved of duty, but then we go back over to Barry Allen. We've got the reverse flash suit at the side there, and as you can see, well, Barry Allen doesn't look in too good shape, actually. He's got third-degree burns over his entire body. I'm surprised he's still alive, honestly. But this is where the tension really steps up because Barry's memories start realigning with this new alternate universe. His memories begin to change so that he knows why Wonder Woman and Aquaman are fighting over the world. And he also has memories of his mother, which he shouldn't have. And Barry's got to get everything back to normal before he forgets everything entirely. Which brings me on to the tension of this comic. It is absolutely phenomenal. It's kind of like Barry's got a time limit on how long it's got to take for him to get these things back to normal. How long it's going to take for him to fix everything. And he's got to do it before he loses his memories. But if he does lose his memories, then basically he's going to be living in a world that's gone to crap. Now, as you can see on screen, Barry Allen and Batman get back up to the roof, strap Barry Allen back in, and I think before they even have time to strap him back in, Barry Allen gets hit by a bolt of lightning and it surges his powers back into him. It sets the roof on fire, Batman goes flying off the edge of the building, and as you can see, Barry is getting his powers back, he's powering up, he gets the flash symbols in his eyes, which is awesome, and Batman is pretty much falling to his death right here. I don't know what it is, but every time someone falls off a building, it's always spiky gates that are the cause of their death. But as you can see, Batman is hurtling towards what seems to be his death, and Barry gets his powers back, launches himself off the building and catches Batman and takes him to safety before he comes to that unfortunate end. And I think the best part about this is now Barry Allen has pretty much proved that he can actually run fast. He's pretty much surprised Batman and everyone else who doubted him. Now he has his powers, it shows that he isn't full of BS and everything he's been saying could perhaps be true. But moving on throughout the comic, we are now introduced to this universe's Lois Lane. She's a little bit of a badass, and of course, she's still kind of a reporter, I can't quite remember. She's out here to try and find the Resistance. She's still keeping updates on like this voice recorder that she's using, and she's trying to save it for Cyborg, but sooner or later, the battery life's going to run out. But as you can see, she finally finds the Resistance, and well, let's just say she's pretty much in safe hands right now. But now we go back over to Barry Allen and Batman, who is Thomas Wayne. What you've got to remember is that Thomas Wayne used to be a doctor, so he sees Barry Allen's wounds healing, and that's of course because of the Speed Force and the speed that Barry Allen possesses. Now, one thing I absolutely love right here is that Barry Allen refuses to wear the Reverse Flash costume so much that he thinks that it's just easier to make a new Flash costume himself using the materials found in the Batcave and around the mansion. And of course, that is indeed what he does, and it looks just as awesome as ever. And I think that's just brilliant how he can just make an entire new costume just because he doesn't want to wear the Reverse Flash costume. Moving further into the comic, Flash begins to explain to Batman how pretty much time travel works and how Reverse Flash powers work and how Reverse Flash is powered by the negative Speed Force. And he starts searching up like Hal Jordan, who hasn't become Green Lantern in this universe, and also starts searching up for Superman and finds out how the rocket that Superman came in didn't land in a field, it landed in a city and killed 35,000 people, meaning that the government took Superman, and the only person that knows where that rocket has gone is Cyborg. The Flash and Batman approach Cyborg, and Batman joins Cyborg's army. And I love the similarities between Bruce Wayne Batman and Thomas Wayne Batman. It just shows how father and son are so alike, especially with just how vague they are with their answers. Like, Batman says, "I'm in," and then he just doesn't give a reason why he's in, why he's joined Cyborg's army. It just kind of says, "Does it matter?" and then moves on with the subject. And then they start explaining to Cyborg how he's got to hack into government systems in order to find this person that came out of the rocket that they obtained. And they actually discover that it's called Project Superman, and it's pretty much in an underground secure environment that's hidden from the world, and the three of them head out to go and get Superman out of there. We also discovered that there's two other subjects, Subject 2 and Subject 3, and Flash actually comes across one of them, and it's actually a canine skeleton. Now guys, if you don't mind, please could you just put in the comments below what that is exactly like. Is it an Easter egg or something like that? Just let me know in the comments below, because I can't imagine them just randomly putting that in the comic for no reason. So if you guys can help me out, then that would be awesome. Thank you. But as you can see, they get to this huge door with the Superman symbol on it. They manage to open the door, and Superman is standing there before them, locked up in a little glass case. And he is a scrawny little guy. He's never seen the sun. Of course, Superman gets his powers from the sun. And in this room is Red Sun. So basically, Superman's powers have been neutralized. And I think it's just in that little box where it's got the red sun, unless that's just like a random light. But I'm assuming that it's like red sun rays that are in that box that are keeping him from using his powers. But this is what Superman would look like if he never saw the light of day. And it really makes you feel for the character. Like, did you feel that sense of emotion when you saw Superman looking like that compared to how he's meant to look? Look at him, he looks scared, he looks frightened. He's never seen anything like this before. And who knows even if he's educated. Anyway, so moving on throughout the comic, now they've got Superman out of there. They have to escape this government facility without getting shot or killed or whatever's going on. And technically, Cyborg helps them do this, so he's pretty much a criminal to the government as well now. And the most beautiful thing ever in this comic is when Superman sees the sunlight for the very first time. And he flies up into the sky. Of course, he absorbs the yellow sun, and it is awesome. For the first time, he's using these powers that he never even knew that he had, but he can feel it in the power of the sun. But before he gets ahead of himself, he flies off because of how scared he is, and he literally just leaves Batman, Cyborg, and Flash to die. Literally, he just flies off away from them. And of course, Flash believes in him. He always has done. He knows what kind of superhero he actually is. But Batman and Cyborg, they're not too sure. They're literally being left for dead right now. And that is where the issue ends, with a bunch of guns being pointed straight at their heads. So guys, what did you think of this issue? Let me know in the comment section below. Will Superman come back to save them? Will Flash, Batman and Cyborg get out of there themselves? Who knows? We'll have to wait until the next issue. And I'm going to give this issue an 8 out of 10. We've got Flash back. He got his powers back. He got his suit back. Batman began to believe him. Batman joined Cyborg's army, and then they broke Superman out of there and saw that shocking truth of what actually happened to Superman, just how skinny he is. He hasn't got the muscular tone that he's got with his body usually, and, well, Superman just basically left them for dead, so it's a little bit crazy. But guys, 8 out of 10. Hit the like button on this video, go to the links in the descriptions, follow me on Twitter, and go to my Facebook page for all the latest comic book news. And of course, follow me on Instagram to see what I'm doing in my free time when I'm not editing videos. And guys, for more, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all in my next video.